Hello, Adam here from New Forest Physio Southampton, and I just want to talk about how to stretch your lumbar spine. So the first thing to talk about is why it's important to stretch the lumbar spine and common conditions that can affect it. So poor posture is a very common problem. In our modern lives we tend to sit a lot, drive a lot, and all these things tend to make our posture very poor. The lumbar spine should have a natural lordosis, a natural curve in, and it's quite common these days for that curvature either to be exaggerated if you've got very weak stomach muscles, or to be very flat if you're particularly stiff and you don't exercise that regularly. Conditions that can affect the spine also are disc bulges. So between each vertebrae you have what's called an intervertebral disc, and the middle of this disc is quite soft and squidgy, and if you imagine a donut, pressure placed upon the donut pushes the jam out to the side, and that can put pressure out onto the nerve roots and onto muscles and ligaments and things like that. The other thing that can affect the spine is lumbar spondylosis. This is basically arthritis, wear and tear of the spine, and this happens as we get older. So why stretch the lumbar spine? It helps to reduce muscle spasm. This in turn is going to improve flexibility, and this will also help to reduce pain significantly. So we're just going to cover some common stretches to do, some useful stretches. So Teresa's just going to demonstrate. So the first stretch Teresa's showing us here is a single leg knee hug. So you just lift one knee up, squeeze it up into the chest nice and tight, and that's very good for flexing the back. A bilateral knee hug, again very good for stretching out the lumbar spine. Okay, and down. Then we're going to go through a rotation stretch. So Teresa's holding onto the bed with one hand, stretching over with the other to one side, and then she's going to stretch the other way. The important thing is she's keeping this shoulder down, pulling the other leg over as far as you can, and what you can do, if you've got someone you trust, you can fix and just push a little bit further. Make sure you don't overstretch it though. Okay. The other stretch to do is straight leg raise. You can use a dressing gown cord for this, or a skipping rope. Teresa's using a TheraBand at the moment, and this is just to lift the leg up. It helps to stretch out the sciatic nerve and the hamstrings. We get very tight hamstrings these days from sitting for prolonged periods of time, so it's very important to stretch the hamstrings out. I'm just going to show you Mackenzie extension now. This is for stretching up into extension, all the way up. So Teresa's very flexible here, and that helps again with the lumbar spine to increase the amount of extension there. We're going to go on to side flexions now, in standing. So Teresa's just stretching over to the side. You lift the arm up over the head, and you can see the spine here. It's got a nice big side stretch, stretching out the ligaments and the facet joints in the spine. Excellent. And the final thing we're going to demonstrate is the foam roller. Just get it out of the way. This is a way of self-massaging. Foam rollers are available on lots of websites. They'll cost you about £20 to £30. We've got a basic model here, and you just place that on the lumbar spine and just roll backwards and forwards over the foam roller, and that helps to just reduce spasm and tightness within those muscles. So I hope you found that useful demonstration of lumbar spine stretches. If you'd like to come to us for physio treatment, then I'm sure we'll be able to help you if you're suffering with back problems. We have a clinic in Fawley, another one in Southampton, and our phone number is 023 800 89120. Thank you for watching.